The conversation going on even over the weekend. We heard from APC national leader Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu talking about restructuring and saying that a lot needs to be done in that area. But I have with me in the studio this morning Alhaji Yakasai, who was former presidential advisor on the National Assembly in the Second Republic. He's with us in the studio. Alhaji, you're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Yeah, so you have been speaking very strongly on this subject of restructuring.
That's right.
And from what we understand, you are against the concept of restructuring.
No.
Is that right?
No.
You're not against it?
No.
What precisely is your take then?
I have been asking for the promoters of the idea of restructuring to explain what it means. What is the blueprint? What will Nigeria look like after the restructuring? But I've never opposed, I've never known any known northerner who is opposed to restructuring. What all we want to know is what are the details. Because we are tired of going into something blindly, only to turn out and regret afterwards.
But from previous interviews that you have granted, you seem to be suggesting that this call for restructuring has been championed by the Southwest.
That's right.
And it has been on since 1953 or before that time. Is that right?
Well, more or less, they started asking for creation of more states in the country. But I will tell you, if you have the time, they wanted to capture power at the center. At that time, and even today, Southwest is about 25% of the total population of Nigeria. So they felt that to make it up, they have to go to the minorities in the north and in the south, in the east. So they went to the east, supported Calabar, Ogoja, River State movement. And the north, they supported Middle Belt movement. So they created or started the movement for the creation of state. Eventually states were created. They are not satisfied. That they now want us to go back. I want consistency. That's all I'm saying.
So you think that this is just a call being made by Southwesterners? Is that right?
Even among Southwesterners, former action groupers. Because you know Southwest is always divided into two. Originally, Action Group was not winning election in Southwest. It was the NCSC that was winning election. It was later on, because of the personality of Chief Obafemi Awolowo, that his party was winning. But originally, the Southwesterners were voting not for the Action Group.
But Alhaji, people are going to say that we've come a long way since 1960. I mean, there's been...
That's right.
There's a lot that has happened. A lot of water has gone under the bridge, as people like to say. And from what we now see, everybody's beginning to see that there is a need to rework this country. I mean, in terms of how it is structured, they believe that the federal government is too heavy, that the responsibilities it has under its care are in such a way that the states and the development or the citizens are not able to feel the development in the local government level. Do you agree with them?
I can tell you that whoever is having this kind of thinking is a short-sighted person.
Short-sighted?
Short-sighted. Why is the United States of America the biggest power in the world? Why, when the Soviet Union was intact, was the next biggest power in the world? Why Britain, France, Italy, Germany, and the rest of them are now driving the development in the world?
No, let's take the first example that you've given, the United States of America.
Yes.
A lot of people say that our federation is not structured along the lines of the United States of America.
Because of our historical background, Nigeria created states. America state created the United States. This is the reason.
True. That is the reason. I mean, because we have found out that we've created more and more states, and the clamor for more states is
through our
still going on.
Through our agitation, by the elites who are looking for position to be governors, secretary to the governor, commissioner, but not to develop the common man.
Primarily, they say that what has stalled our development is this call for fiscal federalism. The fact that the states do not have to work, to get the monies that they used to run themselves, that if they did have to work, maybe we will not be seeing so many clamors for state creation.
Fine. But Lagos is now rich. Before now, Lagos was the most industrialized state in the country. Next to Lagos was Kano. I was commissioner for finance in Kano. And we had about 6,000 industries in Kano in those days. It was lack of power that retarded our progress. So why can't, you see, agriculture is the mainstay of the Nigerian economy, no doubt about it. It engages more than any other sector people in meaningful, productive activities. You don't create value, surplus value, by capital. You do it by labor. So states are the main controllers of agriculture, the people and the land. Federal government has no land except in Abuja and few other places. They don't have people except the area council in Abuja. All the people are in the state. So if the state will concentrate, in my state, my governor, during the military era, Audubako, built 34 dams within a period of 8 years. And nobody told him to do it. He decided to do it. Why? Because Kano was the center of groundnut commercial activities. And Kano has been a big market for over 700 years. So he decided to develop agriculture. To develop agriculture, you don't have to rely on rainwater. You have to create opportunity for farmers to be engaged rainy season and dry season. So he created dams. He created 34. 1 giga was created, 12 was excised from Kano. We were left with 22. Till today, nobody is using any of the 22 dams. So if the state, and from the Audubako to today, we have 19 governors in Kano. Nobody bothered to develop, to engage the dams for agricultural production. In Nigeria, we have so many dams all over the